Yep.
Yes.
That was Philip, yeah.
It seems like what's on others, so.
That's right. That's At 6 p.m., let's call the March 10th meeting together. Let's stand for the pledge, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Greg is on the phone with us tonight. We're going to start with the agenda.
Yeah.
Jennifer Davis, want to go first?
What I have is two proposals for an audit for the treasurer and auditor's office for all the outstanding adjustments that need to be made that the State Board of Accounts has suggested we get fixed before we change over to Excel.
Has to be done, don't
Yes, has to be
it?
done.
Okay.
So I've got two proposals. I've got one from Hartman and Williams and one from Reedy. I did go to the commissioners meeting and they kind of, they like the, approve the Reedy. Reedy is. Yeah.
Yes, would you mute your phone maybe? It's giving some feedback.
That's what help.
Yes. Did I lose you? I called him and we talked for 5 minutes and then it went away.
My phone's been acting weird. I don't have a service. I didn't mean to interrupt you, but I was trying to.
Isn't that great?
February.
Mark, thanks very much. Hey, Mark, you want to try your phone? See if you can get it.
Get it, sorry, I think that hurt.
Yeah. Yes. Yes, I gave you that. He's. No, you got it. Back. Well, there he is. Hey, I'm gonna have Mark call you. So my phone, I guess, cut out, didn't it? I was, do you have yours on mute? Okay, it was kind of feeding back or something. Okay, Mark's gonna give you a call. Okay. Well, my phone don't want to work in here. Sorry.
That's okay. So, with Hartman, the lady actually, the CPA did come and looked at, reviewed everything. She was a little cheaper, but she was gonna be working from her office or from her home. So that meant I have to send everything to her. And there's, no set fee. With Reedy, there's a $10,000 cap. Once they reach that, we can renegotiate if they need to go any further. So that's kind of why we, and the commissioners thought we'd stick with them.
Great.
Yes, that would give us a cap instead of it being ongoing.
To everybody in favor of that, probably need to do that.
And what they're looking at,
Estimate time, hour time.
Reedy, I did not get an estimate from the Hartford lady said it would be maybe 2.5 weeks to 3. So hers would approximately be about $14,000 at her rate. So, and I think with Reedy, they're pretty much gonna come here, sit here with me. We're gonna go through everything and try to get it done as quick as possible.
I like that.
Or she was working from home,
Yeah.
so she may work on it a little bit at a time, or
So,
I wasn't for sure.
So I would,
But it's everything that the State Board of Accounts has looked at over the years and said that we needed to fix.
I would ask for a motion to provide this service.
I'll make that motion that we provide the funds to do the audit. Was it Reedy?
Reedy,
Yeah.
We have
they were suggested by the Treasurers Association. Oh, that was it.
Troy seconds it. All in favor? 7-0.
Thank you all very much.
Thank you.
Mark, you have a place you'd like to take that from, or?
Do you want me to just take it for professional services and come again, or,
You have it, professional services.
I mean, we still have money in there, yeah.
Let's do that, yes.
That'd be something to think
If we
with.
run short, we'll just come to you.
Okay. Everybody okay with that?
Yeah.
Spring Valley Bank, is that?
Zach. And Joelle.
Okay,
Good evening, council. My name is Zach Brown. I'm a commercial lender at Springs Valley Bank. And this is my counterpart, Joella. Joella Land, she's at our Paoli branch. And so we've kind of been tasked with just coming to the community and doing a little research. I'm sure you guys know why. And we're not sure exactly what that means for us yet, but we do know that we've been welcomed to your community. There's a lot of people that are that we've been talking to, and everybody's been welcoming so far. So we just came because once again, we're doing a little research and we want to be involved and show that we want to support the community in some way. Once again, we're trying to figure out what that means and how to get there. These things take a lot of time. It doesn't happen overnight. If we were to make a move and do something directly in your community, but we are here, we are present and trying to do our best to bridge a gap. We know there's going to be a shortfall on some banking services here relatively soon, and we'd like to try to pick up the slack if we can. We just got to figure out what that means. So I guess what I would ask you guys, and just like I've asked some of the people here in the audience already, if there's anything that you can think of that could help us as far as entering this market, we would appreciate it. So I got some business cards here. I'll pass out. And
Thank you.
I think Joelle actually ran out earlier today, but you can reach out to me and we'll both be available to anybody. So I may not have enough either, but wait. Sorry.
President.
It's okay. I got a couple more there and I'll feel free to reach out to me. I'll be glad to follow up with everybody here.
I don't, somebody can have mine. I talk to Chris Manship all the time.
There you go. Yep, that'll do. So we'll stick around after the meeting in case anybody has any questions for us. Yeah, we just appreciate you allowing us to be here tonight and we'll see where this goes. Can't make any promises, but we're excited to be here the way we are so far. So.
I've been talking to Chris and I've got some information from him and I
Good.
like the idea that you guys are small,
Yeah.
locally owned and.
Yeah, locally owned, we're a community bank. There's not very many banks out there that are like us anymore. You know, as far as being community, we do have 6 branches, but they're all in county seats and they're all locally. If we were to, no matter what location we serve, the branch, and we always hire people from that community. So you won't see a guy like me that you don't know, spending a tremendous amount of time in your community. If we do make an entrance into your community, it'll be people from your community, your familiar faces and neighbors that will be serving you. That's how we like to do business. So it's always community.
Thank you for coming.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate your time.
Appreciate it. Connor?
Good evening, council. My name is Connor Richardson. I'm an account manager with the AME Group. Pretty much new face to a lot of you guys here, but really wanted to come out and talk after we had a meeting last month with Morton and kind of an agenda from an IT perspective on getting a data backup for you guys in the county's records. Currently, right now, I don't like to use the whole disaster idea, but if anything should happen to any of your servers, if they fry out for some reason, sprinkler system, there's nothing outside of the personal computers and what you have saved on that's backing up any of that data. So what I'm proposing is a ProView backup solution. It's not a disaster recovery, but it's more of an insurance, making sure that your guys' data is protected if something should happen. Especially when you start looking at, citizen records, things that you need to pull back from years ago, making sure that there's some sort of solution in place. I do have a couple. I am going to be short on these. But along with this proposal, currently right now, the AME Group does handle your guys' firewall, the managed IT. With that managed IT comes things like this, where you can consult us on different things that are kind of coming up. There's a couple other governments that we serve here in the Indiana area. And that's really having that firewall, that general IT, and that backup and assurance of that data. When you're kind of looking at anything that could happen, cybersecurity insurance, that is a big ticket item that usually comes up that needs to be checked off. Now, when looking at different solutions, like I said, This is really just your basic level of making sure it's backed up. There's more expensive options out there. Say if something happened, you could spin that data back up and have access to it within 24 to 48 hours. This would be an on-prem device to where there's something that's called a bare metal replacement. So if something happened to those servers, we'll have an on-site NAS device, which is a storage that's going to be shooting it up to the cloud. Something happened to those servers, we would get replacements in, and then from the cloud, we would spin it back onto those new servers. So to get that back up and running, it would be, instead of a disaster recovery, it'd be about a week to 2 week process because we have to wait for that new equipment to come in.
It's $535 monthly, correct?
That's correct. An industry average from IBM, not, this is worst of the worst, if something was to happen to those servers, to try to recover what was potentially lost far outweighs the cost of having that assurance up front. Talking with my service manager, Mitch, Logan, our engineer as well, this is something that in terms of coverage from an IT perspective is really our number one priority when looking at your guys' environment.
Any questions? We don't really have to make a decision on this tonight. You guys can take time to look it over. We can do it next month if you want to.
You also have a couple other documents. I put this together. I wasn't sure if we'd be able to share on screen, but I have an extra copy of this as well, with some more background information, kind of industry standard stuff. That might be beneficial in kind of going through that determination process.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate you guys having me tonight, and hopefully I'll become a more familiar face around here. Thanks. All right. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, Colin.
Very good addition. Or you want you want to do the minutes?
I mean, I need to have a change on those, but what it is, I don't. I was asking about this one for change. This is the sheriff commissary report that Sean Scott asked for the last meeting for you all to review.
Right, so then, everybody look at it. February minutes?
February and January.
Okay. Did everybody get a chance to look at the January and February minutes?
I made that correction, Troy, on the February minutes, it was Riddle that motioned it and then Stroud seconded it, so I made that correction.
We have the correction on the minutes if anybody wants to look at it.
What about the vote count there?
I put 5-0.
And the one on the back page was 3-2. The average one was about 3-2.
Which one was it, Mark?
Top of the page, second page. I believe it was a 3-2 vote.
Oh, it was 3-2. This, I had 3-2, and then when I went back to change something, it changed it back to that, yes.
That's what it is, but
It was 3-2.
All right, let's do the January 1st.
That was your reorganization meeting and your regular.
If anybody's got any questions, you can, do you have a copy? Everybody have a copy?
yeah.
Do we have a motion for the January meeting minutes? I'll make a motion to approve with the changes. Okay. Do we have a second? Second by Sean. All in favor? I abstain. Lucas abstains. So February has the corrections. Do we have a motion for the February minutes?
I'll make this February with the changes that's been made.
Sean makes a motion, second. I'll second. Second by Chad, all in favor? 7-0.
I'll abstain.
I'll abstain.
Should be 5-0.
5-0, 2 abstains.
Yeah.
Yeah, makes sense.
So
So we
Make
need,
sure they
you want
sign it.
price these?
make sure we sign that first, this one.
All right.
Troy and Mark won't sign it.
On this one?
Yeah.
Everybody that's really on now.
And then Lucas won't sign this one.
Lucas won't sign this one, okay.
We don't sign this one.
This is the municipality, what means if we do separation thing. Privacy has to be about to, and not wrong, it's almost a little bit, because I'm not. So what happened was, explain what they were gonna get. A friend of my page, that Lindsay, she knew it was paid. The probation should technically be, I think, 38,000, so it's.
You should have it.
4 6, and that is correct.
Okay.
And we changed her name, the
Okay.
case manager, she's funded by Brandon.
So we have a salary ordinance. Has a correction on it with Lindsay Newton's pay. So. Anybody?
We done that last meeting, but
We did
I was hesitant when I said it because I was like, there is no way that's right. And I went back and looked and he accidentally printed the wrong page for that, just that section. And somehow, well, it should be 38,004 cents because she is funded fully from a grant. And we changed her name on here to case manager.
So we probably need a motion on that. Get off there. Does that fit for her grant description? Her time?
Yes, that's what they gave us, so.
I'm gonna get motion to correct that.
Sean seconds. All in favor? 7-0 on that.
There was that, okay, man.
Sean.
Mark and Sean.
I'll have to sign it again. Hopefully this is the last one I have to sign.
Okay. That's next, or I can go on down. Did you admit to catch up if you want?
Okay, I can do them.
All right.
Oh, you, no, go ahead and go with Nathan now.
Nathan, you wanna go?
He's the thing, you know, the team.
Yeah, precinct 15 man. Right. Nathan.
Yeah.
H.
Precinct
Precinct 15. Give that one more father.
Oh, yeah.
Good evening. I'm Nathan Held with Indiana 15 Regional Planning Commission. I'm making my rounds to all 6 of our counties to talk about what we worked on primarily in 2025 and then some things that we've got coming up. So what I've handed out is just a Crawford County specific from 2015 through 2025. We like to keep a running total of the projects and grants that are funded for Crawford County and well, all of our counties. So the back page takes us to the most recent ones, 2025. So we record the year that the grant was funded. It's recorded in that year as to show that return on the per capita fee. But then keep in mind that most of these grants have multiple years that go along with them. So once it's funded, we are working on those for a couple of years after. And I've noted which ones are on here that we're still working on, a few of them. But the big one, the Crawford County School Safe Room, that is underway now. That was a $6 million grant and the progress is coming along well. So for 2025, it was a, smaller year for grants, and so what we have on here are the region-wide grants. The Economic Development Administration through the U.S. Department of Commerce, EDA. We receive a planning grant for the region, and that helps us to go out to, for the project development, have the meetings, do some, grant writing at no cost. And then also the NDOT planning grant, we received this as part of our, work as a rural planning organization through NDOT. We help with providing any kind of support that the Vincennes district asks us or the central office. But primarily we do the traffic counts for. They tell us where to put the counts. These are on county roads and city and town streets. All of that information is publicly available. You can go out and look. And we also have the counting equipment in the office so that we can do on-demand counts outside of the NDOT grant. So for 2025, it came down to $19,748. And you'll see for this period, 2015 through 2025, a total of a little over $10.3 million in grant funds returned to the county. And, you know, the big one, of course, again, is the safe room that was in 2024. Some of the other things we have worked on, we continue to administer the revolving loan fund for Crawford County. And then we received a $500,000 EPA Brownfields assessment grant for the region. And we were able to spend $161,000 here in Crawford County on a couple sites doing the assessments. We have submitted a new application, which the commissioners signed on to a few months ago. We'll see how that goes. Those are getting more competitive, but it's a valuable grant. And then also working on for this year, the owner occupied housing rehabilitation grant. We're working with Jesse on putting together that application and putting together a team to kind of push that forward and go through the process. Hope to do that, get that submitted in a later round this year through the Office of Community and Rural Affairs. So we are staying busy. Thank you, Sean, for agreeing to be on our board and agreeing to be our vice chair for the next 2 years.
2 years, I didn't miss it.
Yeah.
Fire. They just didn't show up.
Yeah.
It was 2 years.
So we're always here to help. If you have any questions, if you see any grant opportunities that are out there, or if there's a need that you're trying to figure out how to get funded, just let us know. We can do some research and figure some things out.
Yeah, I think me and Luke was 2012 on the school board when we first applied for that safe room grant.
Yeah.
And it's been applied probably every year.
Oh, yeah.
So over 14 plus years and finally
Yeah.
connected.
Exactly. We were so pleased.
Well, thank you, Nathan. Keep up the good work.
All right.
Thank
you.
Dan, you wanna be next?
Well, kind of update you guys on our Veterans Affairs office over here. We had a vacancy over there and we just recently hired a new VSO officer and he was recommended to us through Work One.
Okay.
And he comes highly qualified. He worked for the DAV. He basically has done for them what he's gonna be doing for us. But one of the things too that's happening in this legislative session, they've changed the rules somewhat on these offices. And we comply with that about 99%. We're already there. But one thing that was brought to our attention by the state is that what we do, we have 20 hours a week, which that's sufficient. But what he's doing, he's working 10 hours a day, 2 days a week. And what happens then last 2 hours, the state offices close down, so we can't correspond with them, which is necessary. So what he's doing now, he's working Monday and Tuesday, and he's working 4 days on Wednesday.
4 hours.
4 hours,
Yeah.
yeah. And what I'd like to do, and it was recommended by the state, is I'd like to bump him up another 4 hours, where we could get a full day in for that third day. And that job pays $16.50 an hour. And so it wouldn't be that much. So, but
So it'd
it'd
be 3 8-hour days, you said, correct?
be 3 8-hour days. So just four extra hours.
Is he needed that much?
Yeah,
You got that
yeah,
much coming
Yeah,
in?
and the thing about it is, he's really good and he's traveling from Ford, he lives in Ford, so it'll be beneficial to him too. But yeah, the veterans, the funding that comes back that from our disabled veterans and people that got disabilities is very, very high. I don't know the exact number, but several $1 million. So it's economically, it does help the county. So that's something that you would consider, I'd appreciate it.
Okay,
Okay,
Any other questions about that all?
no, I'm glad you got somebody good.
Yeah, okay, thank you.
Thanks.
Say something, go to tonight or we need to do that tonight either.
No, we don't need to tonight. We can,
Do we have to change the salary with this?
yeah. Let's think about that, okay?
Okay.
Let's do the additionals.
Okay, so these were the additionals that I talked to you about last month that I would be doing. So I have county gen for the parks part-time salary paid out of county gen parks part-time salary, 24,720. County gen OASI paid out of county gen parks OASI, 2,000. County gen unemployment, out of county gen parks unemployment, 800. Parks Department, parks expenses paid out of rainy day, parks board expenses, 49,565. Parks Department, parks expenses paid out of economic development, parks board expenses, 49,065. Health Department, vector control paid out of health maintenance, vector control, 10,000. Health Department, animal control paid out of health maintenance, animal control, 40,000. Health Department animal vaccines paid out of tobacco education. LHD Trust dog cat vaccines, 8,000. Judge's Office Director compensation paid out of drug alcohol director's compensation, 6,000. EMS radios paid out of EMS escrow, 69,308. Those were the additional, so I can stop there or I can continue on.
So the 40,000,
That's it, that's,
I know that was budgeted that, but,
well, that's money she got from the state that she was
okay,
told she was able to use,
okay.
yeah.
That wasn't what we put in our budget for.
Okay.
All right.
What's the health department vector control?
That's also from the state,
I mean, what is it?
it's,
Probably
I'm like mosquitoes and things like that.
Okay, I'm assuming that's what it sounds like.
Yeah.
Any questions? Any other questions? I would ask for a motion to consider these additionals. Transfers.
I can go on to the transfers.
You wanna go get the transfers?
So these were for the judge's office, so it's just transferring from county gen transcript PD to county gen transcript APD for $1,000. County gen jury mills to county gen transcript APD, $500. County gen court supplies to county gen transcript APD, $1,000. County gen petite jury to county gen transcript APD, 5,627.
Did you have a big bill for transcript?
I mean, I have the paper they filled out here, they haven't I haven't seen a claim yet, but they're doing this transfer before they do claim to claim.
So do we have a motion or do we have any more, any discussion, any other discussion?
I'll make the motion, we accept.
Mark makes a motion. We have a second. Second, by Troy. All in favor?
Alright.
7-0. All right.
And then I have one more that's a little different, so I'll just read it as you're signing. This is a resolution for an encumbrance, from last year. So you remember you approved the EMA repeater system out of capital projects. So I had, since that was already approved. And I got the invoice this year, I just have to move the money to the line item, like an additional, but it's called an encumbrance. So that's for 63,669.30. And then also with this MHMP plan update that you approved out of capital projects for 23, you approved like 24,000 and something, but his invoice was 23,000, so that's what I had to bring to you for that one.
This is. Explain it again.
You approved it last year,
Sure.
but whenever the new budget takes over, it don't put it into the line item. So since you approved it last year and the invoice came this year, we do something called an encumbrance. Same as an additional, it's a different title to it.
So clear as mud, everybody? Clear as mud.
I'm making a motion for.
Okay,
I'll say.
motion by. Is it Troy? made
Troy.
that? Troy and seconded by Linda. All in favor?
Aye.
Always good to get vice chair's problems taken care of.
Yeah.
You don't want to try this.
I think that's all.
Tom,
I'd like to discuss and make a motion that part of our meeting schedule is that we have a deadline on Friday for everything to come in, unless it's some sort of emergency, but everything was there Friday and then we're either mailed out or emailed out a packet.
Like as far as like the additionals,
Everything
well, I
that
sent the minutes, I just didn't send it.
we don't have
But,
this tonight. We don't have any.
so I have to bring that comparison thing to you.
Yeah.
That's my fault.
So I'd like it that if we could have those,
You want them emailed to you? I'd say paper that way.
yes, I mean, I'm not speaking for everybody else, but I prefer email, but. I just think that it behooves us to be able to review things prior to, than during. You know,
I usually
discussion.
have the monthly comparison with the bureau stuff, just tonight I didn't because I had to do all the minutes, so.
do you want to put that in the form of a motion? And we'll run it by the board?
So my motion is that we have a deadline for the agenda on Friday prior to our regular meeting. Unless there is an emergency, that's something that comes up, that the
Okay.
deadline is on Friday. And before closing time on Friday, that an email is sent out with all the items that are on the agenda, anything you're gonna be bringing to us, as well as the balance sheets.
Now, what time do you want your deadline to be for the agenda? Because we have to hang it by 4 PM, so,
That's your call.
okay. I'm gonna
Pick
say
the time
12,
on Friday,
Say
I'm just
12.
saying Friday.
12 PM.
Second on that? I'll second. All in favor?
Aye.
Who seconded that?
Chad.
Okay. We have been going with the deadline of Friday at 12, but Nathan Held should have been on there whenever we typed it, he just wasn't on there, so. But, yeah, you all need that.
That's all I have. If you guys don't have anything else, I'll look for a motion to adjourn.
What about what's going on with the signs? Justin said something about
Oh, yeah.
reimbursement.
Oh, that's just an additional that I'll be bringing to you next month to sign,
Just reimbursement to his office.
because he don't have it in his line item to do that, but I did tell him if he needed that reimbursed to him, since he is a county employee. That I could add an unappropriated line item and pay him out of that if I need to,
How did he pay it personally then?
yes.
Yeah, what was that?
Justin paid $595 for signs,
Court sign, court
names in the courtroom
offices.
offices. And he wants it to be reimbursed out of opioid non-restricted.
Yeah,
Do we-
he
do we do
does,
Does that
so
work? You know?
I have to create a line item in there for him for one, and then. I told him if he needs that reimbursed back to himself. Before the next meeting, I just create a line item for unappropriated if I need to. I'll have to look at the rules to make sure that I can do that within that fund, because it is, I mean, it's unrestricted, so I should be able to. And then I can pay him back faster that way.
I think that's what he asked for.
Well,
Okay.
okay. So I can do that,
You don't-
and then
What about that fund I did?
I don't even have to bring it to you to the next meeting in that case, so.
Let's do that. Okay.
Motion to adjourn.
Motion, we'll adjourn.
Second,
I'll second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, guys.
And
Mark made it.
then you seconded it.
Yes.
Wendy, Wendy,
Yeah.
can you email this to everybody, please?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would like to have it. Thanks.
Yeah, because it's a lot. She just from before they left, but it's a lot.
Yes.